The stupid robot vacuum. And yet I still use it. The thing with sort of dividing labor, outsourcing, giving other people tasks, is that you deal with people who are stupid, slow, lazy, blah, blah, blah. Now, I won't say the robot vacuum is lazy because it's just a machine. It does its job, it's still trying to move, but it's definitely stupid if you have never tried it. It's actually pretty funny to watch it. So you're trying to sell it to go to, say, another room. Well, here's the hallway from the living room, go down, right? The robot goes to the left. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, if you know any basic knowledge of geography, mapping, blah, 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 because you've already mapped the house. That's what you have to do before you even set to use. So you're like, why did you go left? And then it gets stuck. Or one time I was telling to dock, because you have to tell it to dock to stop the current clean cycle. It's a stop button. And then it like moves out of dock and it moves back and it says I'm lost. You're like, you already were in the dock. How could you not even know that? You're like the stupidest thing on earth. But the thing is, why do I use the stupid robot vacuum? Why do other people use the stupid robot vacuum? Now, the first thing to know is if you haven't had a vacuum, robot vacuums are slow. Much slower than a human being. Even the stupidest human being vacuuming. The pickup power is less. Everything is just worse. The only reason that people use it is because if they take a magnitude of order more time than you, they might be able to do an okay job. For example, if it takes you 5 minutes to vacuum a room, the robot vacuum will easily take 20 minutes and not do as good a job. So again, that goes back to the question, why do we use these stupid robot vacuums? Because it's not just me. There's a lot of people who use them. I mean, my brother doesn't use them. There's plenty of people who don't use them, but some people do. And the reason is because they make it the job done and you don't worry about wasting their time. And I think that's one lesson that could carry over in general how we treat other people, right? If you have a secretary, an intern, you send them to do some menial tasks, some stupid task. And yes, if you really need it to be done well, you would do it yourself. It's quicker. But you don't need to be done that well and they could do it. They could take their time. Their time's not valuable anyways. And that's how I view this robot vacuum, right? Their time is not valuable. Just set it to clean, right? Now the caveat is it takes some supervision, right? It'll get stuck. It'll say, I'm lost. You're like, you're not even stuck. You're just lost? Like, how does that even work? It'll say, hey, my water reservoir needs to be replaced because I have one that does a mopping as well. And it'll say things like error, right? But luckily it doesn't stop. The dust tray is not installed properly. Like the water reservoir goes behind the dust tray and that's installed properly. How can the dust tray, which is in front of the reservoir in the machine, not be installed properly? Anyways, it's very frustrating, but it's the whole idea of delegation, right? I remember watching this TV show about cars. People were selling cars and stuff like hot cars or something. And there's this one lady who was the go-to woman, right? She would be the one, if you really needed something, she could get it for you. And she'll get it for you on time, no matter weekend, nights, whatever. And she was thinking about expanding, and she was delivering a car to somebody else, and she was asking him, how did you expand your business? Now, I interviewed these people, they're just not so great. I want someone like me, right? Who's very stick to it, finish a task, hardworking, intelligent. And he didn't even laugh. He just blew her off. He's like, you're stupid, right? Like, if you don't expand, you need to hire more people. That's just it. There's no questions about it. He sort of bypassed, can you get good people? Because it's a moot point. You need people. They may not be good. They may be worth half of you, a quarter of you, but you just need people to expand. You got to accept the decrease in quality. And the idea, I think, at least for me, for justifying in my head, rationalizing it, making myself feel better, is that the robot has plenty of time. I don't. It is slower, 10 times slower, 100 times slower, but that's okay. It has time, and I don't. And that's why I have a robot vacuum.